Want to get to this draft?
I think so.
Draft is brought to you by Magic Spoon cereal. Wow. I've been eating the shit out of Magic Spoon cereal because it's good. It's healthy cereal for adults, but your kids can eat it too. Someone bought it the other day, and they sent in a picture of their kid eating it. Mm-hmm. The kid liked cocoa the best. They said they liked it. Magic Spoon cereal is healthy. It's guilt-free cereal, and nothing better than guilt-free food. 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Only 140 calories a serving. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. You can build your own box with a variety pack of available flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, and cinnamon. I'm high on the blueberry right now. High. Go to magicspoon.com/Jomboy to grab your delicious cereal and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code Jomboy at checkout to save $5 off your order. They're so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. Magicspoon.com/Jomboy. Use code Jomboy to save $5 off. Oh, did I ruin those cards? My coffee on the cards. My bad.
Coffee on the cards. It's a coffee on the cards.
We are drafting bodies of water, but not types of bodies of water. Specific.
Get the chat the hell out of here.
Yeah, I got to hide the chat. I got it. So, like, you have to draft 1 ocean, 1 sea, 1 lake, 1 river, correct?
Yeah. And is there a wild? Was there a wild 5th?
I'm open to it, but I'm also perfectly fine if we keep it to the 4.
Maybe a wild 5th that can't be any of those?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So just other, I guess, would be the name of it.
Other.
Yeah.
Does it have to be in nature? Can't draft like a hot tub. I think it has to be nature.
You have to be able to point
Natural.
to a specific.
It has to be natural.
Yeah, the other has to be natural.
Random number generator. I have written down a number.
Oh, I didn't know where I was going with my number. Happy where it landed.
You are.
Yeah.
I think BBD, you have a deep board.
Not a deep board, but I'm prepared.
So let's do it again. It's oceans.
I know
lakes,
which picks I want.
Seas.
Yeah, I have an ocean, a sea, a lake, and a river as the 4.
River. Ooh, that's a good one. An other.
And an other, which I haven't prepared an other board. So, see what happens there.
Okay. What number did you write down, Jake?
I wrote down the number 11.
God fucking damn it, I wrote down 12.
And I wrote down 28.
Great for you.
What?
I
What
wrote
was that
28.
reaction?
If it's 11, I'm going to kill myself.
Okay, that's fair.
Or lower.
What did you put down?
28.
Oh,
You can
wow.
max 12. Yeah, that's fair.
It's 77. BBD.
Ooh, clean.
What pick do you want?
I'll take the number 1 pick.
BBD's taking number 1. I'll take the wraparound.
Wow, let's go. I'll take the 2.
Jake gets the 2. He loves the 2. I love the 2. I'm a 2. I have a board. It's 4 deep. I just put down my favorite of each of the 4, and I'll think of my 5th. Who knows if I get it? If I have to audible, I'll Google stuff because I didn't. We made this up 20 minutes ago.
This morning.
Discussed yesterday.
Confirmed about an hour ago.
Confirmed
Yes.
earlier. Discussed yesterday.
It was one of the ones we were talking about last night.
I didn't understand the individual.
I didn't understand. Okay,
but
so
that
I
made a
didn't
lot of
understand
sense.
it until 2 hours ago or 3 hours.
Because I thought we were doing deep dives into water, so I thought it was going to be like mouths and like all of the little bodies of water. But I like
at 9:32,
individual
I
reference.
understood.
So look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 3 hours of prep.
And at 11:07,
How many
an hour and a
tests
half
in your
ago,
life did you do 3 hours of prep for?
in college, probably 6.
Okay.
In high school, absolutely 0.
So this is a top 10 prepared test for you.
I didn't do 3 hours of prep, though.
You've been prepping so hard.
I literally just Googled how many C's are there.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Let me do this so I can keep track for everyone up here. I have all of our drafts on this one doc still and our lineups.
Is that just on the page we all have?
Yep.
So that's at the bottom.
It is on the page that we all have.
On the
yes.
bottom.
BBD gets first. Jake gets second. And I get third. BBD with your first overall pick in the Bodies of Water draft. You will be selecting.
Yeah, I had a clear 1-1. We'll be taking the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, okay.
I knew I wanted to get my ocean early because it is a big drop off. And
I think it's a big drop off after 3.
Ocean.
It's a big drop off after 2. For me, this is why I was actually stoked to get the number 2 pick. Pacific and Atlantic, it's a debate as old as time. People love them for different reasons. The Atlantic, a little more history, at least in my head. And, yeah, I mean, East Coast, West Coast, they almost love bickering it. But I'm obviously a little more endeared to the Atlantic, being an East Coast gal. So that was a two-team race, so I know that leaves the ocean board open to Jimmy if he wants to go later, but I needed one of those 2, otherwise I was going to feel my team was incomplete.
Yeah, I would have chose Atlantic first. Better waves.
I think Pacific is more known for
Like Hawaii and stuff.
I think the areas where the waves are
There's
good
some
is best, and it's
discussions
just
there.
the
Also, like
biggest.
Southern California, I'm kind of...
Yeah.
It's
But-
the biggest ocean.
But I'm an East Coast person.
Yeah. I like the Atlantic Ocean
Northern
a lot.
California,
I
the
would have been happy
Pacific
to end up
Ocean
with
sounds
either
Big ocean. It's a huge ocean.
But I thought there was 3 oceans that I didn't care about, so I was going to let you guys take oceans, and it was going to be my 4th pick no matter what.
We are doing a 5th round, like 5 rounds with the.
So it'll be my 5th pick then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just double
Maybe.
checking. I forgot. if we
Let
said-
me see what I have here. I have the wraparound. I'm going to take with my... I'm going to take the... Now I have 2 that I think might be stolen from me, but I wouldn't be upset if they're stolen. My 3rd on my board, I would kind of be upset if I don't get it because I want it. But I think there's a less probability of you guys taking it, so I don't know which 2 out of the 4 I have on my board to do right now. I'm going to take Lake Tahoe with my lake. Lake Tahoe is the clearest lake. You can see like 50 feet deep. It's crystal clear mountain runoff water. It's so cool. I have pictures like, you can just see your feet. You can swim underwater
I'm
and
a
people can see
sucker
you.
for clear water.
It's the clearest water you'll find.
With that said, not on my board, but
Also huge, so much communities. It can have snow community
It's a great lake.
and summer community. It's a good time. Lake Tahoe will be my lake. And then with my river, I'm taking the Mississippi. So many sayings. I love movies about the Mississippi culture. Like Mud and a bunch of others. Crossing the Mississippi is always cool. Jake and I have done that together. Communities that have been built up. Mark Twain stories. It's kind of romanticized in American history. Lewis and Clark took that Mississippi. So I'm taking Lake Tahoe and the Mississippi River as my 1-2.
Those are good picks. I mean, they're all timers. I like the Mississippi River pick a little more than Lake Tahoe. I just have the lakes as kind of the running backs. There's a lot of lakes out. There's a lot of quality lakes out there. But Tahoe's an all-timer, so I get the pick. Mississippi River, sure. I mean, and that's like your Americana pick. You lost out on the oceans that surround America. The Mississippi River.
I like that.
Yeah.
I also don't like lakes. Majority of U.S. are lake people because not everyone can be by an ocean.
Sure.
kind of everyone has access to a lake somewhere.
Lake water grosses me out when you get it in your mouth, kind of. I hate the taste of it. Lake Tahoe isn't like that because it's clear runoff
I think
water.
I think that's
that
what you'll be
you're
surprised
passionate
by.
about your lake.
When you look at the list of lakes, and we'll see where it lands at the end of this draft, with the Mississippi River being off the board, I'm going to take an all-time river. I'm going to take the Nile. I mean, just all-time, historic. I used to float it on when I was writing my cartographs and all that stuff. So it ties into my soul. Trevor Plouffe is Egyptian princess, all that. So
So rivers are off the board, or you guys took your
Our rivers
I
are
can
gone.
Save my river.
I really wanted that river that people can surf,
Surf River.
but I don't know the name of it, and then I figured no one else is going to know the name of it.
Just
I
you
don't-
saying river people can surf, it doesn't ring a bell to me.
I don't know what that is.
Have you
People
ever
do river stuff. Like I know that happens.
There's like a river. I guess there's a bunch now looking at it, but there's a river in England. Remember the dude we did a Last from the Past on that killed someone with a crossbow?
Yeah.
There's a river in England that like once every couple years or once a year you can surf it, and it's an endless wave. So if you get on it, you'll just be on it down the like for fucking a long time in the river. So I wanted to take that, but 7 mile wave. Just Googled it. But I don't think that rings a bell.
I'm gonna go and get my number 1 sea off the board. I'm gonna take the Mediterranean Sea.
It's a good pick.
Felt like a clear number 1 in its category. I'm thrilled it lasted to my second go around. That was my hesitation with taking 1-1. But I end up with my number 1 ocean and my number 1 sea.
It's nice.
And with my third pick on my wraparound here, I'm gonna take my number 1 other. I'm gonna snag the Gulf of Mexico.
Sure. A top Gulf, for sure.
Because it's the first one I could think of when I needed to think of another one.
Gulf?
And my other sea, it works well with the sea I picked as well. I'm happy with walking away there.
Gulf of Mexico.
So I've taken my
Elite
ocean, my
Gulf.
sea, and my other.
It's an elite Gulf. People are saying.
I'm not into it.
That's fine. Okay. So let's see. I've got that. I've got a couple ways I can go with that. So I think what I am going to do, I think I'll stay in seas. BBD loved the Mediterranean pick. It just feels right. It's a fun word to say. It
was a clear number 1. I have like a 1 drop off 2, and then I didn't really have a big. I was gonna come out with whatever if I didn't get one of those 2.
There's 2 seas in play, and one's a clear favorite. I'm gonna go with the Caribbean Sea. I mean, it's just nice. I mean, someone tells you they're going to the Caribbean, and you're just like, oh, that's awesome. I'm stoked for you.
I love the Caribbean Sea. It's a great pick. When I had the opportunity to when I had my choice of sea, and I saw I had Gulf of Mexico there, I didn't think I could take Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean Sea.
That's like
It'd be appealing to the same crowds.
That's like getting the same quarterback and flex position in fantasy football. Like they might combine. They kind of do their separate thing, but they might. Like Curtis Samuel, Teddy Bridgewater.
Like I'd have been excited if I had both of them.
Yeah, like.
But I like the way these.
When they get a good matchup, you're like, let's play them. Let's get some points.
I was so nervous that my sea would get stolen. It did not. I come through unscathed, which makes me happy with the way I played my first 2 picks. I now have sea and ocean available to me, so I have to take my other here if I want to be smart. And I didn't prep for this, so I'm
None of us did.
There's a lot that I want that I don't think have name appeal.
Okay.
And the one that I do have that does have name appeal, I think is chalk or boring. No, I love it though. Thinking about the pushback. I'm taking the San Francisco Bay.
It's a good pick.
I live there in the Bay Area. San Francisco Bay is huge. Alcatraz is awesome. Almost all the bridges that go to and from are really cool. And the weather in that area is awesome. And sometimes whales get in the San Francisco Bay, and that's like a sight to see.
You're a whale guy.
Trapped in the bay.
Yeah.
There's prettier bays in the world, but if I think I said them, people would have to Google to check them out.
And you just say the Bay Area. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. It's a
It's
big
got
bay.
power.
It's
Just
a
to
big
guard
bay.
the United States, you know?
Yeah. Oh, there's military forts. There's The San Francisco Bay is cool.
It's a great pick.
It's also
Our
huge,
patriotic listeners are gonna love your draft so far.
That's a great.
I like America for sure, and I have my next two, so that's kind of nice.
And I think you're up again, right?
Yeah. You
Okay.
grab
I'll
one
take
of
the
them out.
Dead Sea. You can
Thought you
float
were
in
gonna
it.
Dead Sea.
It's like
the Lazy Man Sea.
the Lazy Man
If
Sea.
I was getting my third C,
It's like, again, the water is such a cool color blue,
It's a trick sea.
and it's different than other seas. That's what I liked about Tahoe and the
unique.
Dead Sea. They were unique in their category.
It's the stolen base guy.
One of the best names.
It's the stolen base.
It's
guy.
the best name out of any, like the Dead Sea. That's, you got to, people are like, why is it, what's that? No one, like the Atlantic Ocean, or the people aren't saying like, oh, what? Like Dead Sea, I got to know more about this. What's going on? So I was,
Dead Sea's really cool.
Dead Sea is the coolest sea, in my opinion. First thing that came to mind when we said body of water draft, I said, I want the Dead Sea. It's the first thing on my board.
It's unique.
And he
It's
got
unique.
it in the fourth.
Got it in the fourth round, which was really risky. If one of you guys stole it, I would have been crushed. That was my debate early on.
It's just having the stolen base guy or having 3 guys on your team that are going to swipe 15 and hoping it balances out. But I mean, the Dead Sea's an all-timer. You can't argue against the Dead Sea. I like that. That for me, that leaves. I have lakes and other. I've got a couple fun ones for other. I think what I'm gonna take. So I've got 2 different options here. Crap. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Hot Springs. If I need a specific one, I can take.
Need a specific.
I mean,
Yeah,
thought about
we have to find it on a map.
Morning Glory, but no, I'll go with I'll go Steamboat Springs. Steamboat Springs. It's beautiful.
Where's that?
Been up there. Steamboat, Colorado. Naturally hot body. It's nature's hot tub. It's incredible. Like we eliminated hot tub because man made them, and they're an impressive, great place to be. This is nature's hot tub. This is where the idea came from. So, and actually been to Steamboats, right? And it's awesome. I'd tell anyone to go up there.
Nice. I've never been in a hot
interesting.
spring. I'm interested in it.
I think you'd like it.
I am interested in it. I like it. With that said, when you said it, I thought the same thing. Jimmy asked, where is that?
Yeah. Colorado.
So that means
Oh, I
these
didn't
are my
write it.
final
Say it
2
again.
picks.
Dead
Steamboat Springs, we'll call
Steamboat
it.
Springs.
So now I can grab. These are my last 2 picks, right? So I got to get my lake and my river.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab my lake. There's a part of me that wants to do my fun pick there, but I'm gonna get the best player available. I'm gonna grab Loch Ness.
Oh, wow.
What?
Loch Ness.
That's the name? The Loch Ness Monster is named? I didn't even know it's named after the body of water. That's what.
Yeah.
What-
Scotland.
The
You love
lake is Loch
Scotland. You're my
Ness.
Scottish
But
guy.
what's the type of water?
It's a lake.
It's a lake.
Oh.
Loch.
L-O-N-E-S-T?
Loch. Ness.
Wow. I don't know much about that for
2 words. And I've been there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You been to Scotland?
Yeah, I went. I never did like a spring break thing in college, and neither did like 2 of my close friends from home. We went to different schools. So over winter break one year,
Wow.
we did that trip together. So we did a week in Scotland, and then it was like 3 days in Scotland, 4 days in London. It might be the other way around. It was a cool trip we did.
I'm Googling it now. I've never looked into this because I don't like mythical fantasy. Like, I'm not into the Loch Ness
the
Monster,
loch
so I've
itself
never.
is cool.
Sure.
Yes, I've never thought of the loch itself.
It's intense.
Katie and I really want to go to Scotland whenever we can, but with the way baseball works, we can only go in bad weather, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, and we went there.
BBD,
It was
what?
December. We did New Year's. We did New Year's in London.
It's 2 words.
Buckingham
How about
Palace.
that?
New Year's in London, BBD.
It's pretty cool.
Look at you.
Um,
Fuck.
you have another one?
Yeah, so I have my river here. And I'm happy I was able to do this at the end because I kind of don't feel strongly about my rivers. Once I couldn't get Nile, that was my number one river.
Sure.
So I'm going to get the Amazon River.
It's a powerful
It's a
one.
geography play. It's powerful. You have the rainforest nearby. So I'm happy to walk away with that, especially where I'm walking.
Amazon River?
The Amazon River.
I thought about that. It scares me a lot.
It's a little...
Oh, it's scary. I don't think I want to, like, go in it.
Like, you end up certain parts of the Amazon.
Yeah. That movie with The Rock?
As long as you have a guide with you who is The Rock, you're fine. Powerful river. Or at least that's what I tell people. Good picks, BBD. Like I said, Lake was going to be my last round pick no matter what. There's a lot of lakes out there. I mean, Moraine Lake, are you kidding me? The BBD pick would be Lake Titicaca. I will be taking Lake Como in Italy. It's the, any influencer you'll see go there. It's literally when I see it, and it's, maybe my number one place, probably end up there on a honeymoon or something like that. Rarely do I see a picture that, like, speaks to something inside of me in a nice Italian lake. I mean, holy smokes. So
How do you spell it?
Como.
Well, that's simple.
The Italians had it figured out.
And it's
Joe.
Lake Como, not Como Lake.
Lake Como.
I wonder how that gets determined. Does Lake always come first? Is there anywhere it doesn't?
It feels like there's things that have lake second, but let's see.
Yeah, I don't know if there's
Finger Lakes.
attached.
Finger
That's
Lakes.
plural.
Moraine Lake, that comes second. Crater Lake.
Lake Como. Looking at pictures
There's
now.
a picture of
It's
me
pretty.
at Loch Ness.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
look at that.
Nice.
How delightful is that?
All right, so I'm rounding mine out with
Yes.
the Indian Ocean. I guess because I lived in Australia, so I'm partial to that. But the Indian Ocean is beautiful, and it has like amazing waves. Cape St. Francis, the endless summer wave, the best wave that the surfers found in that documentary. And I mean, Indonesia. I swam in Indian Ocean a ton when I was living around there, and we vacationed all over. Yeah, for me, I guess that's because I live there, so I have that brain. The Indian Ocean is just as good as the
It's
Atlantic
an
and the
ocean.
Pacific. Yeah.
It's an ocean.
But I when you said that, I was like, I guess my bias because I swam in it and been around there.
Yeah, the oceans it's a weird mindset. I mean, obviously endeared, kind of like you were saying, and I mean, Jersey Shore, endeared to the Atlantic Ocean. The Arctic fascinates me. I'd probably go Arctic over Indian, just straight curiosity. But that's kind of like one of those old man trips. Like
I think they
what's...
just designated the Southern Ocean if you want to go to the Antarctic Ocean. Not Antarctic Ocean. It's called the Southern
Another
Ocean.
ocean?
They recently designated it.
There's a fifth
Which I did hear
ocean?
about separately. Sam's going to claim she brought it to
Time out.
my attention. I did hear about that a little while ago.
There's 5 oceans?
Yeah, there's a Southern Ocean now.
What?
Like in 2021, I think is when it got designated, like recently. So if I didn't get one of my top 2 oceans, I would have gone for that one for the shiny new ocean. But didn't have to do that.
5 oceans?
I thought there were 5, but there's 4.
Well, there's 5 now.
BBD said there's 5 as of this year. They announced
Like
the new
they
one.
just designated.
I don't know.
Antarctica
I don't
its
know. I
own
don't-
Ocean.
When I googled it, it says 5 to 7 oceans.
There's always been a couple.
I didn't think it was. I don't know.
So there's
that
debate
were, like-
oceans.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but
what I
like
knew.
whatever, like the World Organization, I believe, recently designated the Southern Ocean, like officially. This one's live.
Nerd of Anarchy in the chat said there's one ocean split up into 5 parts, and that's like
Yeah,
living
I
up
mean,
to his
that's-
name perfectly.
Yeah.
He's playing his role.
So the
right.
final BBD has Pacific Ocean, Mediterranean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, Loch Ness, and Amazon River. Jake has the Atlantic Ocean, the Nile River, the Caribbean Sea, Steamboat Springs, and Lake Como. I have Lake Tahoe, Mississippi River, San Francisco Bay, Dead Sea, and Indian Ocean. I got everything I wanted, so I'm pretty.
I think all three of us did. I think that's the beauty of the body of water draft.
You had options. There was
a surprising amount of options.
You were gonna. I think I said it on the vlog right before. There's a very good chance we all walk away happy with what we've got.
Oh, for sure. Let's see. The seas that stand out: Adriatic Sea, Caspian Sea. No real
Sea.
Attachment there. Red Sea.
We say Caspian.
Lake. None of the Great Lakes.
That was the biggest snub. Well, I think
tough.
At least when I was making, I didn't want to pick the wrong one.
Right.
There's a clear number one. I'm not well versed in the Great Lakes.
That's true. Sure, there's some nice Finger Lakes.
Like you couldn't go Lake Huron. But I don't know if it's better to go Michigan or Superior or whatever. And then you also we couldn't if somebody took a Great Lake and you just took another Great Lake.
Great Lakes.
Whoever picks the second lake, unless someone has a disaster
Great
Lake.
I don't want to insult people.
Lake George. Wow.
I googled lakes. The Great Lakes came up, and I immediately said, and kept going.
That's Dan Goulet's dream, is to live on the Great Lakes.
Who's?
Dan Goulet.
Who's that?
Guy I used to work with.
Oh. I don't like lakes.
I thought about going Ganges/Euphrates for the river. I mean, life was built there. I
was interested in the Euphrates.
There's an argument there. Other rivers.
I think we did Lake Michigan when I lived in Illinois. And that was the first time we moved to Illinois, and that was when we had to go to lakes and not the ocean, because I lived in New Jersey, and then we moved to Australia, and then we moved to Illinois, and all my friends in the summer went to lakes, and I was like, this sucks.
Ain't the same.
I like waves.
Yeah.
And not boats.
When I'm in natural water, I want waves.
Waves, yeah.
Wave guy.
I like playing in the woods. Jake, would you have taken Lake Como anyway if I didn't go Loch Ness?
Yeah, Loch Ness wasn't in for the lakes.
So I don't think I would have had to be in the position to take
like Crater Lake. I was gonna go for Titicaca if I need to get a joke in for you, mostly to get you. But when you said you had a joke one you were gonna pass on, I kind of assumed it was there. And then
it's where I would have gone if.
Yeah, I mean,
there.
Moraine Lake and Banff, everything you guys are saying about like Tahoe and stuff like that. That's kind of Canada's Tahoe. It's the images of it are pretty out of control. And then for the oddball, the only other real fun one that came in my head was like puddles. If we're just gonna count puddles, they kind of come and go, but kind of the all-time fun.
We'd have played the water. It needs to be a specific one card.
Besides the Dead Sea, as drafted places I've been, I don't really know bodies of water.
Okay.
You just named a ton of lakes, and I don't know any of them. So I found that out about myself.
Look at that.
I'm not into bodies of water that much.
There you go.
Ocean or get out of my face.